What's going on, my fellow Belmonts? It's the Mad Belmont here, and today I have a video for you that I've been wanting to do ever since I started playing this game right here. You see it right here in the corner, Sea of Stars. I have been fucking addicted to this game for the past couple days, and yesterday while I was playing it, it kind of got the gears turning in my head a little bit, okay? Yesterday is the recording of this video, by the way. It got the gears turning in my head a little bit, and I started to think, can fans of JRPGs and RPGs really in general, can they get into this franchise? Are there games in the Castlevania franchise that are suitable for RPG players? And yes, there absolutely is, and I'm going to be talking about them today, so let's just get right into that. Okay, so I'm going to be telling you what games I'm going to be talking about. There's 4 here that I'm going to be talking about, okay? And before any of you beat me over the head in the comments,
where the fuck is the DS games, you moron?
Look. I have not played the DS games. I know jack shit about them. I refuse to talk about games that I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about, okay? I have experience with the 4 games I'm going to mention here. That's why I'm going to mention them, okay? The DS games are not in that category, okay? So, you can, however, when I do get around to playing those games, you can catch what I have to say by hitting that subscribe button and that bell so that you get notified when I upload in the future and talk about those games. But for right now, I'm just going to mention the ones that I know, the ones that I am familiar with.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
That's what I'm going with, okay? So, what are those 4 games? Well, they are Castlevania Symphony of the Night, they are Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow. So, Symphony of the Night for the PS1, and then the Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria. Those are all GBA games. Now, you can play these games through their original hardware. You know, Symphony being the PS1, and you have the GBA games on the GBA, of course, but there are other ways to play these games, okay? And I'm going to tell you what the best versions of these games are. So, with Symphony of the Night, there are many different ways to play it. You can play it on the PlayStation 1, you can play it on the Saturn, you can play it on the 360, you can play it on mobile devices, strangely enough, and you can play it on PS4 and PS5 through the Requiem collection. Now, what is the best way to play Symphony of the Night? I personally think it's still the PS1 version. That version feels super silky smooth. It feels right in every single way, but I realize that, you know, tracking down not only a PS1, but a reasonably fucking priced copy of Symphony of the Night is like winning the fucking lottery nowadays. So, I get it if you don't want to jump through those hoops, or if you're just completely against emulation of any kind. I get it, okay? I get it. You know, you don't have to deal with emulators, though, and you don't have to worry about tracking down a PS1 copy if you don't want to do that. There are ways to play these games on modern consoles, and it's what I literally just said. The 360 version and the PS4/PS5 version, thanks to the Requiem collection. Now, out of those 2 versions, I personally think that you should go with the Xbox Live Arcade version on the 360. Okay, you can get that via backwards compatibility on Xbox One. I do have that. Okay, so take it from experience. I do have it. Okay, and I played that version all the time when I had a 360. So that version, it's as close to the PS1 version as you're going to get on modern consoles. It plays great. It looks great. It still has that original voice acting that adds so much charm to the game, because the Requiem version actually has different voice acting. Not a lot of people know that, but yeah, the voice acting is a lot different. And that iconic line, you know the one. You know what? I'm not even gonna quote it. You know the line. I'm gonna play the clip right now.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Yeah, that one. It's not in that Requiem edition. It's not. That game plays great. But if you want to hear that line, you got to play the 360 version or the PS1 version. So, yeah. Anyway, so that is that for Symphony of the Night. Now, I do think that it should be the game that you introduce yourself to this franchise with, because it's the simplest form of these games, okay? It's simple, it's streamlined. There's a reason why it's a timeless classic still to this very day. And it's because it's so streamlined, yet has such an exquisite attention to detail that you can just make that your jumping in point and just get right off to the races. But there are other ways to play this type of game, okay? This heavy exploration based game with RPG elements. That's why I'm recommending these games. If you don't have access to Symphony of the Night, if you're on Switch for instance, I got 3 other games for you, okay? Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, and Aria of Sorrow. You can get all 3 of these games via the Castlevania Advance Collection on the Switch. There is a physical version of this game. The pre-orders are on limited run. They end in 2 days from the time that this video is released. It'll be releasing on the 8th. Pre-orders end on the 10th. So if you want to get a physical copy of that collection, you better go, and you better go to limited run games. I'm going to put a link down to the page where you can go and pre-order it in the description. So if you want to get that, you might want to just go down there and go to it, okay? But these games are just like Symphony of the Night. You have your exploration. You go and you get items that give you more power-ups, let you explore more the map, unlock certain areas that you couldn't get to before. And it has the RPG elements that makes these games so accessible to someone who is a fan of JRPGs. Because one thing I constantly hear all the time with the Castlevania series is, oh, it's too hard. I can't get into it because it's too hard, right? And if you're talking about the classic games, the NES games, Super Castlevania 4, Dracula X, Bloodlines, Rondo of Blood, yeah, those games are fucking hard. They are hard as nails. But if you're talking about Symphony of the Night and the GBA games, no, they're not hard, okay? They are not hard at all. And the reason why is because of these JRPG elements that are in them. You have levels that you can grind out. You have gear that you can manage and gear certain pieces of gear up certain stats so you can get a build going on here. You can become super OP super quick if you know what you're doing, okay? And because of all that, the difficulty for these games is significantly lower when you compare it to those classic games, okay? So that's why I say that if you love RPGs, you need to get into the Igavanias, okay? They are right up your alley. They have amazing music, amazing stories, great gameplay that is accessible to you RPG players out there because it plays right into what you're familiar with. You've got levels, you've got gear, you can basically mix and match and do different builds and stuff like that, okay? These are the games for you. I'm telling you, please go out, give these games a try. And if you still are not into this franchise after you've played them, hey, at least you tried. At least you made an honest effort, okay? Which is more than a lot of people can say. But I have seen people get into the franchise because of these games, because of Symphony or because of Aria or whatever game they want to play, and actually fall in love with this franchise. One of my friends, Becca Sizemore, I'm going to put her Twitter up right over here. Go follow her, by the way. Go follow her on Twitter and Twitch. She's fucking awesome. Anyway, I saw her playing Symphony of the Night, and now she's went back all the way back to the beginning, and she's going through the games one by one, and she got in at Symphony of the Night because she loves RPGs, and that's the one that basically felt, the closest to what she was used to at the time. And now she's going, and she is fucking just kicking ass in these different games, okay? And that can be you too. That can be you watching this video right now, the one that I'm shoving my finger into the camera at. You, right there. That can be you, going through these games, loving them, enjoying them. Please, any of those 4 games that I've mentioned in this video, please give them a try. I'm begging you, please give them a try. Okay, so with all that being said, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. It really helps me out. Also, if you're new around here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the post notifications so that you do not miss an upload. I upload every single Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so don't miss out on that. And if you want to show me some extra support, you don't have to do it, but if you do, hit that join button right down there. It's right next to the subscribe button. You get access to videos like this early. You get exclusive videos over there. You get to vote in polls for video ideas of stuff you want to see me do here on the channel or in the members area for the exclusive stuff. All that type of stuff, all those perks are if you hit that join button right down there. And now, have fun on the hunt, my fellow Belmonts. As always, I will see you in the next video, and peace out.